Gong Yoo was dumped, Lee Dong Wook was chosen, Soo Jung caused a stir in Knet. What just happened in the world of K-drama royalty? When one of Korea's most beloved actresses turns heads with a shocking romantic twist, the entire internet holds its breath. Is it real love, or just another celebrity illusion? One thing's for sure, the headlines aren't coming down anytime soon. Join Red Carpet Revealed as we dive into the story that has everyone talking. Did Soo Jung really walk away from Korea's most adored leading man, Gong Yoo? That was the question flooding forums, trending hashtags, and lighting up comment sections across Korea's digital landscape. The phrase Gong Yoo was dumped sent shockwaves through fans who had long speculated on a quiet, behind-the-scenes romance between the two stars. And yet, just as whispers reached a peak, a new face entered the narrative, Lee Dong Wook, another K-drama titan with charm to spare. If this were a drama, be the twist before the finale. But this was real life, or at least, it seemed to be. The rumors between Soo Jung and Gong Yoo weren't born overnight. They had been circulating quietly for years, with moments of public chemistry that left fans begging for confirmation. Whether it was the way they exchanged glances during award shows, how comfortable they seemed in interviews, or coincidental social media posts suggesting they were in the same place at the same time, the theory that they were a real couple gained traction over time. Theirs was a supposed relationship born not of declarations, but of observation, a connection that seemed too natural, too intimate, to be purely platonic. Soo Jung, known for her ethereal beauty and depth as an actress, had always kept her personal life private. Gong Yoo, a global heartthrob actor goblin, was no different. Their mutual discretion only fueled curiosity. Fans crafted timelines, matched photo locations, speculated endlessly. It didn't help that both shared a love for the same authors, similar vacation destinations, and even posted similar reflective captions at oddly close intervals. And then, silence. For months, Soo Jung and Gong Yoo were barely seen, either separately or together. Some assumed it was just the quiet nature of their rumored relationship. Others speculated a breakup, quiet, respectful, and unconfirmed. That is, until Lee Dong Wook entered the picture. A red carpet appearance. A private dinner photo leaked by a restaurant staff member. A brief, unassuming interview in which Lee Dong Wook was asked about his ideal type, and described someone suspiciously like Soo Jung. These breadcrumbs became headlines overnight. It was no longer about who Soo Jung might be dating, it was about who she had supposedly chosen instead. Knet, the powerful force that is Korean netizens, erupted. Message boards like the Coup and Pen overflowed with threads debating every angle. Was Gong Yoo really dumped? Was there ever a relationship to begin with? What about the bond between Gong Yoo and Lee Dong Wook, famously close friends and co-stars in Goblin? Had art imitated life only to be shattered by reality? Some fans were heartbroken, others were thrilled by the idea of a new star couple, and many, as always, were simply captivated by the drama of it all. Beyond the headlines was a deeper narrative, a woman choosing her own path, unbothered by expectations, and unafraid of stirring the pot. Soo Jung's transformation in the public eye became part of the conversation. Where once she had been seen as soft-spoken and mysterious, now she was being praised, and sometimes criticized, for making bold, independent choices. Her recent interviews carried a different tone, assertive, introspective, confident. This a woman coming into her own, personally and professionally? Or was it a calculated image shift to navigate the media storm? Meanwhile, Gong Yoo remained silent. And for avoiding public drama, he neither confirmed nor denied anything. Since he released a standard statement, "We do not comment on our artists' private lives," a familiar refrain that only added to the mystery. Analyzed his recent appearances for clues. Did he look sadder? More withdrawn? Or was he simply unaffected, focused on work as usual? In contrast, Lee Dong Wook appeared relaxed and glowing in public. He smiled more during interviews, shared light-hearted posts, and even joked on a talk show that sometimes good things happen when you least expect them. Took that as a not-so-subtle nod. This love triangle, whether fact or fantasy, brought to light more than just celebrity gossip. highlighted the intense scrutiny women in Korean entertainment face when it comes to relationships. If Soo Jung had dated Gong Yoo, she was lucky. If she left him, she was ruthless. If she chose Dong Wook, she was controversial. But why couldn't she just be a woman making a choice, free of labels? Fans remain divided. Speculations continue, and Soo Jung, enigmatic as ever, walks confidently through the storm, giving away nothing and yet saying so much. If the ghost of Gong Yoo lingered in the background, the presence of Dong Wook was now front and center. It began subtly, too subtly for a media-trained public to ignore. Their joint appearance at a film premiere sparked more whispers. They weren't posing together, but photographers caught their glances, the slight lean toward each other. Dong Wook's expression changed when she entered the room. Then came the dinner photo. Taken discreetly at a private restaurant, it showed Soo Jung and Dong Wook seated side by side, seemingly unaware of the camera. No touching, no overt affection, just a sense of ease, of natural connection that no publicist could stage. The photo was removed within hours, but the internet had already immortalized it. Soon after, Soo Jung was spotted wearing a jacket that fans identified as identical to one Dong Wook had worn weeks earlier. Shared fashion choices became another breadcrumb trail. Fans matched jewelry, sunglasses, even book titles they both referenced online. Their alleged romance became more than just a rumor, it was a movement. Fans coined the ship name Soo Wook, created fan art, and wrote essays dissecting their compatibility. Personality profiles, zodiac signs, and past interviews were compiled into theories of why they were meant to be. Knet's reaction was complex. Accused Soo Jung of playing with hearts. Others applauded her for following her feelings despite public judgment. Dong Wook's image, long seen as the quiet romantic, only grew stronger. He wasn't a flashy choice, but he was steady, dependable, the kind of partner fans wanted for their favorite actress. But not everyone was thrilled. Gong Yoo's loyal fanbase demanded answers. The silence from all three parties created a vacuum where rumors thrived. Some questioned whether this triangle had damaged the once strong bond between Gong Yoo and Dong Wook. Others insisted it was all media invention, a narrative spun out of nothing. Still, the chemistry between Soo Jung and Dong Wook couldn't be denied. In an industry where so much is orchestrated, moments felt unfiltered. A stolen glance, a shared joke, quiet presence that lingered long after the cameras stopped flashing. In a surprising turn, both actors appeared on the same variety show, though not in the same episode. Soo Jung spoke about finding peace later in life, saying, "Love looks different when you stop trying to control it." A week later, Dong Wook said in his segment, "Sometimes, love is just someone who makes you feel safe in the chaos." Fans didn't miss the connection. Public's fascination wasn't just about who was dating whom, it was about watching real people navigate fame, friendship, and feelings under a relentless spotlight. The scandal became a story of autonomy, especially for Soo Jung, a woman in her 40s, still seen as a top beauty, still commanding major roles, and now, perhaps, choosing a relationship that reflected her maturity and clarity. As weeks passed, the intensity cooled, but the speculation never fully died. The trio never issued statements, confirmations, no denials, just three lives continuing, intersecting, maybe, maybe not. And perhaps that's why the story endured. It was never just about love. It was about mystery, power, the right to choose, the cost of privacy, the beauty of letting the public see only what you want them to. Soo Jung didn't just cause a stir in it. He cracked open a conversation about celebrity, gender, and the narratives forced onto public figures. She reminded us that even in an industry built on fantasy, some stories are more powerful when left unfinished. As for the love song, if it exists, it's still playing softly in the background. And maybe, just maybe, that's where it belongs.